Hey, it's Scotty. There was a time a couple years ago when I almost had to give up my guinea pigs. And if it wasn't for one simple change, I probably would have had to give them up. Probably would have had to give them up. And that one change was switching from Timothy hay to orchard grass. I couldn't do this with Timothy hay. Timothy hay, I'm extremely allergic to it, and you see what I just did. I've got it on my hands, I scratch my eye, and then my eyes get really itchy. It was affecting my breathing. I never had asthma as a kid, but after years of having so much Timothy and all these pigs, it was causing real lung irritation. I was having to use a rescue inhaler multiple times a day, and still waking up in the middle of the night with this sensation like I couldn't breathe, and it was just driving me crazy. And then one day I had the idea to switch to orchard grass. I got rid of all of my Timothy hay, and I cleaned out all the cages, and I put in orchard grass, and it really was a miracle. It was like overnight, my breathing issues stopped, and it became bearable again. I could practically lay down and go to sleep on a bale of orchard grass hay, and I don't nearly have the kind of reaction that I had to Timothy. Now, of course, hay can be dusty sometimes, and so if I have dust on my hands, I want to wash my hands. I still try to keep this place clean, but I don't take for granted the fact that it's night and day from what it used to be. So if you have allergies to Timothy hay, I'm not saying that orchard grass is going to alleviate them completely, but in my case, that is what happened. So before you give up on your pigs, it's definitely worth investigating. Of course, an air purifier helps. I switched from pine shavings to fleece, and I find that having the fleece and being able to change it out every day keeps this place cleaner, keeps it smelling better, and it's just easier to clean with as many pigs as I have. So it's definitely worth considering if you're struggling with allergies. Now, there are allergy tests that you can do, and you can find out if you're allergic to the pigs, if you're allergic to Timothy, and whatever you're allergic to. There are also a number of allergy medicines. For me, Claritin is the one that works great. It works really well for any kind of dust. At the LA Guinea Pig Rescue, it's a horse ranch also, and there's a lot of dust that blows when the winds are really high, and it gets in my eyes, and my eyes turn red and itchy, and one Claritin will actually do the trick. I'm also allergic to cats, and it's not as bad as it used to be. I think the more you're around cats, the more your body can build up a natural immunity, but certainly it can make my breathing difficult. It makes my eyes itchy, really itchy, to the point where they can get puffed shut, and it's just all around uncomfortable. I think there's this immune response, or it's an allergy histamine response, I guess is more accurate to say. And when that triggers, then your body goes haywire trying to figure out what's going on. What are you being exposed to that's the problem. There's a number of different pollens, I think, that I'm also allergic to, and it wouldn't hurt to go and get those allergy tests so that you know. But for me, it really was, I had to wear a mask in here, and I had to wear gloves, and it was unbearable. I was taking the prescribed asthma inhaler multiple times a day, like 2 pumps 5 times a day, and I was still struggling, still waking up in the middle of the night like I was drowning. And it wasn't just uncomfortable, it was frightening. It was like life-threatening. I the doctor gave me a number of anti-allergy prescriptions. They gave me like a Flonase and some other powder that I was supposed to inhale, all this stuff. And it was basically like overnight. Like as soon as I switched to orchard grass, I didn't have that problem. Hi, Patchy. What's going on? We've got a little piggy convention back here. I'm glad I'm not allergic to you, BB. BB, you're so dusty. What is going on with you? This is just the time of year where he's changing his feathers and new feathers are coming in. And so it's a combination of getting rid of the old down feathers and the new feathers are coming in. They have this little sheath on them, which is has to crumble away. And so it's a full-time job having this many luxurious, beautiful feathers. But it's a full-time job for me to clean it. Look at that. Look at that dust. BB. So I hope this gives you a lot to think about when it comes to allergies. You know, we love our piggies so much and they need hay. You know, it's 80% of their diet. And so that's non-negotiable for them. And, you know, I can't imagine if a couple years ago I would have had to get rid of the piggies, you know, surrendered them to the rescue. I can't even imagine that. That would have broken my heart, and it just wasn't an option. So it really is a miracle that the orchard grass works for me. I've talked to a number of vets. Sorry, BB. I've talked to vets, and they said that any kind of grass hay is good. Orchard grass, there is like a bluegrass, there's Bermuda hay, there is meadow grass. Any type of grass hay is good. Of course, alfalfa is a legume hay, and that is really more appropriate for pregnant mamas and newborn babies, and as an occasional treat. But, you know, I would rather, if I want to spice up the hay situation for my piggies, I'd rather give them a foraging mix, a blend of herbs and flower petals and things that you can sprinkle into whatever hay works for you, and they find that to be really enjoyable. So I just wanted to share this story and how the orchard grass really made a big difference. And on another, just another thing to let you know is that the oxbow stacks, I'll put them right here, you can see what they look like. I've recommended them many times. Those are Timothy stacks. They're compressed, but they're not these rock hard blocks. They're these little large puck shaped things of compressed Timothy, and I can put them in the cage. They're great for when if you're going away for the day or overnight. You put one in there in addition to the hay in the hay rack, and it gives them a lot of extra hay. But for me, because they don't get Timothy regularly except for their pellets, it's a great way for them to get Timothy hay, which tends to be a little bit harder and a little bit requires more effort for them to chew, which in turn most likely helps wear their teeth down even more and keep their teeth from growing out of control. BB. So I just wanted to recommend that too. I hope this maybe helps you come up with a plan. I think all these things in conjunction, switching to orchard grass, using an air purifier, also having a humidifier to make sure the air is not too dry because that can irritate the sinuses, using those oxbow stacks, and of course giving my piggies high quality Timothy pellets. My piggies are healthier than ever. They are doing great, and we haven't had to sacrifice anything switching to the orchard grass. Wow, pretty wings, BB. And definitely, if you can buy hay by the bale, do that. Or if you want to use some discount code like I've got on my website, and you can buy hay in bulk from a place like Small Pet Select, that can save you money. So there you go. Let me know in the comments, are you allergic to Timothy or orchard grass? Did you try to switch? Did it work for you? Let me know. Also, if there are some over-the-counter or prescription medications, allergy medicines that have helped you. What strategies have helped you if you're allergic to hay or your piggies? I'd really love to know. That information is going to be really valuable to everybody in the comments. All right. Thank you guys. Until next time, thanks for watching. Baby. You're so dusty. Say hi to your piggies. There you go. Wow, pretty wings, baby.